As the Bombers will start with the basketball. Megan Holm goes to retrieve it and gives it off to Kylie Fox, who we'll see handle the ball quite a bit without the Clark sisters in the lineup tonight. Both of them dealing with potentially serious leg injuries, one an ankle, the other a knee. So that's a big issue for Richland to navigate tonight. Didn't go well the first time they played without them on Saturday, losing to Pasco. Laura Smith, number 14, gets her first touch. She's going to be a key piece for them. Shot clock at 5. They get it up. Long rebound goes to Ashley Parker.
Falcons need to dominate the boards here, or do a good job on the boards, to hang with the Bombers tonight. Coach Woodward definitely highlighted that as a key factor if they want to be successful.
Here's Eliana Moran, second leading scorer in the conference. Sweet little behind the back dribble. Olivia Davis, maybe the next most improved player in the conference, aside from her teammate Moran.
Set a school record with 7 threes. In a win against Southridge earlier this season, she has improved her shooting tremendously.
Working it around, trying to get it in the hole. They know they have a size advantage, Brian, but it's about trying to get into those matchups.
Hanford in the zone to start out. It's working out for her.
Moran the steal and can't finish at the cup. We saw a lot of that last year, getting herself into good positions but not being able to finish the look ultimately. In the corner, rattles out, was Alexis Fulton.
Couple of early turnovers here, but the Falcons unable to convert and make those some points.
That's something that Woodward talked about beforehand, wanting to win the turnover margin. There's Smith. With the Clark sisters out, she's their top scorer tonight. They'll need a lot of that from her, the junior, I should say. Down inside, it's Moran. And a timeout, Haley Middleton and Richland as they want to pause.
Fourth person tonight. Probably going to be ironing out some kinks here in the early go in the first quarter or so.
We can't talk about it enough tonight. The Clark sisters for Richland, both out of the lineup, both dealing with injury. Laura Smith flying through the lane.
What a nice job of sustaining contact, but maintaining control and getting off the shot.
So now Richland turns up a little bit of a full court look. Moran, great pass. And you can't leave Davis open like that.
She is a markswoman.
It was Kylie Fox skipping into the lane and draws the foul. It goes against Davis. First against the junior. Abby Robinson controls it after bobbling. Around the outside, Moran a head fake. Floater in the lane. Home with the rebound. Empty trip.
That's 3 turnovers here in the early part of the first quarter, and the Falcons have been unable to convert any of those into points.
Richland slows it down like we're expecting. Moran hounding Kylie Fox. Plucks her way. Parker, her second board, up to Moran. Sophomore methodically into the block, kicks. And it's Alexis Fulton, the junior guard, who puts it down.
Eliana Moran, rightly so, gets a lot of pub for her incredible improvement year to year. But certainly Alexis Fulton, one of the other Falcons on this roster that have done a tremendous job, improved play this year, been a big factor.
So that's the second against Olivia Davis. And she'll have to sit down. A couple of subs come on. Peyton Kaiser and Jillian Burt as Fulton and Davis head to the side.
That's a big loss for the Falcons there. She's got to watch for her fouls.
Kylie Fox was off target and a rebounding foul. They get Megan Holm. The senior takes her first foul. 8-4 first quarter. Hanford trying to use their speed advantage. And so far they've been able to. From the zone, Parker.
I love that hustle from Moran there, just literally running 40 feet to try and save it into the stands.
Here's Laura Smith. They need a big night from her. Tough finish. Up and under Ashley Parker, and Smith 6 here in the first quarter, 3 for 3 shooting. Tough look from Moran. It's been a slow start and a good rebound from Kylie Fox, making an empty trip.
She's done a nice job in the open court of splitting double teams, but then it gets a little bit out of control. She gets closer to the basket.
Holman a low block, using her size advantage for the points.
One of 2 6-footers the Bombers have on the floor right now. That's going to be a big issue for the Falcons to contend with.
From the corner, Kaiser off mark. Here comes Fox leading the break. Odd number rush and a blocking foul. It goes against Abby Robinson, and with the game tied at 8, they'll talk things over. You're watching high school basketball. Kylie Fox handles, joined by Holm, Danica Lurch, Laura Smith, who handles right now, and Sarah Utley. Picked loose, Moran diving after it. Smith comes up with it, off to Holm. Long two from Smith, her first miss of the night. Long rebound for Peyton Kaiser. Hanford pushing. It's Ashley Parker off target. Long board, here's Moran, keeps it alive for a second chance. Tees up, rattles out.
Moran's had some good looks, Cooper. They're just not going down in the early going of this basketball game.
It's a 1 for 5 start for Eliana Moran, the third leading scorer in the Mid-Columbia Conference. Richland working it around. Smith, nice drive, runs into traffic, gets fouled by Jillian Burt.
I think Laura Smith might want to try a career in sales. She sold that one. And the officials bought it hook, line, and sinker.
She's got free throws as a recipient. 5 on the floor for Hanford, Eliana Moran, Peyton Kaiser. Merrily Downard, Ashley Parker, and Jillian Burke. First free throw misses. Lindsay Marsky checks in. Ashley Parker sits down. Well, Smith is an excellent rebounder, but she's become their primary scoring option this year, which is a new role for her, and it's only happened recently with the Clark sisters injured. Pass sailed on Kaiser, so it's a turnover, and Richland gets a free possession out of it with 2:11 to go in the first.
Falcons have been pretty good about taking care of the basketball up until that misfire right there. And it's been the Bombers who have struggled with turnovers.
Fox, who's been their primary ball handler, with Jada Clark not able to play tonight. Defended by Moran, who's hounding her. Taking home, kicks. Fox from the key. Second chance, Danica Lurch. No for Holmes, still pinballing around, and finally a foul. Danica Lurch earns a couple of free throws.
And that's where I think Coach Woodward of the Falcons was concerned. They had 3 second chance opportunities there. It resulted in a foul, now some free throws. The Falcons have to do everything they can, despite being smaller, to prevent those second, third, fourth chance opportunities for the Bombers.
So far, an uncharacteristic start to the night, shooting free throws for Richland. They've missed all 3, but enter as the best free throw shooting team in the 9-team conference. Over 70% as a group. And they're 0 for 4 to start. I don't think we could have predicted that coming in. While the free throws were happening, Peyton Kaiser checked in and Jillian Burke sat down for Hanford. Minute and a half to go in the first. Working against Richland's zone. Long range, Marsky hits from outside.
Bombers challenged her with the open look, and she delivered.
Smith, pull up. Tough shot. 8 in the first quarter for Laura Smith.
She's red hot from mid-range.
Moran working on Fox. A bullet pass to the corner for Marski. Kaiser tries. And it rattles down off the back iron.
Back-to-back threes for the Falcons. And that's one way to beat the zone, is to shoot over the top of it. That'll start opening up some lanes for Moran.
A very kind bounce on the other end. Final 32 seconds. Fox looking for help. Holm catches in deep. Smith for three. Hits it.
Will somebody please call the fire department, because that girl is smoking tonight.
11 of Richland's 13 in the first quarter. Now Hanford can hold for the last shot. Marski baseline drive. Tough look downer, had it blocked, and with 2 seconds we have a foul. So Richland will get a baseline inbound. But how about Laura Smith? 5 out of 6 in the first quarter and 11 points. She's keeping Richland afloat all by herself.
Well, early on, she was attacking the rim and scoring, and then she showed off her mid-range game on the baseline and at the top of the key, and then she just nailed a three-pointer.
She dribbles it out, and that's it. 1 quarter in the books, and if it weren't for Laura Smith, Richland already might be facing a deficit they couldn't come back from, but the junior has had an absurd start for the gals in green. 11 first quarter points, and they're 13. Here's Ileana Moran, a quiet first, trying to start on a different note in the second, but instead slips to 1 out of 6. And Richland can go back to their slow-paced style that they need to play today to win. Their 2 top players, the Clark sisters, both out tonight and potentially for the rest of the season. Megan Holm off the great entry pass from Danica Lurch.
And I think if the Bombers want to be successful and not be too Laura Smith dependent, plays like that are going to be the bread and butter.
Moran off the bounce, knocks down mid-range.
Sometimes when it's not going in from deep, bring it a little bit and you start making them. That was a good shot creation on her part there. She had to dribble and drive a little bit.
Here's Smith. Draws the foul and free throws. Rather, they get her for a travel. Got too far ahead of herself, but hit the deck hard and paid the price anyway.
Falcons are having trouble staying in front of her. And that time, her feet got a little tied up and they got lucky. She turned it over.
Peyton Kaiser out, Olivia Davis back in for Hanford. Their star shooting junior had a couple of fouls in the first. Keep an eye on 23 and white. Smith forces a jump ball. Alternating possession says it belongs to Richland. Bombers up 1 in the first, and if you told Haley Middleton that even without the Clark sisters, they'd be hanging in there pretty tough, gotta think she'd be happy.
Yeah, they've done a nice job. I mean, Laura Smith has carried them that first quarter with 11 points.
Holm off the Fox miss, count it, and a foul.
But now Megan Holm is starting to assert herself, and at 6 feet tall, Falcons are having trouble matching up to her. She's got a huge size advantage.
When they've got Holm the basketball down low, she's converted 3 out of 3 tonight.
Last possession, she had terrific position down low, got an easy 2 points.
Well, statistically, Richland is the best free throw shooting team in the Mid-Columbia, but they've missed all 5 attempts tonight. Laura Smith gives them a second chance on the rebound, and they'll set up the offense.
Yeah, free throws have been a big story early on here. But then the rebound, the offensive rebound, that's really killed the Falcons in the latter half of the first quarter and here in the second.
Well, that's what Evan Woodward said before the game. They were facing a size disadvantage, and it's shown up.
Their best shooting night, Ileana Moran, I think you said, Moran, was 1 for 6. So, you know, she starts to get hot here in the second, third quarter. It can get pretty good for the Falcons pretty quick.
They get it to Smith, facing a possible double team. Dribbles past it, working on Robinson. Kicks to Holm, long 2. At the end of the shot clock. Now here comes Moran, shot out of a cannon. End to end, Ileana Moran, there's the speed.
I think out of the timeout, I don't think Coach Woodward could have drawn up what he wanted any better than that. Having a Holm taking a long shot there instead of being close, and then Moran on the break with Holm, the lone defender, back.
Richland gives it away. And so Hanford up a point with 5:35 left in the first half. Long look for Davis.
She is deadly. You give her any kind of airspace there from outside, and she will hurt you.
Perfect shooting tonight. That was her first attempt from distance. Nice move. Fox finishes in tight.
Interesting there on that possession. Fox went right at Davis with 2 fouls. Let it go right by her.
Davis, the heat check. Second chance. Fulton. Jump ball. It'll stay here with the Falcons. Davis missed her last two, but Ashley Parker an offensive rebound. Moran, quick move, Euro step. Still stays with Hanford.
That was a beautiful move. There's a saying I like, sometimes the operation's perfect, but the patient still dies. That's a perfect example of that. Everything but the bucket.
Those are the kinds of plays where the sophomore, given some time, will finish those regularly. Fulton, back iron. There's Moran. Offensive rebounds keeping this Hanford team alive, and the sophomore dribbled her way into trouble.
Gotta love her aggressiveness, though. She is totally fearless. Going up against some big physical Richland post players. Totally fearless to go right at them.
All things considered, Richland doing pretty well. They'll only be down a pair. Here's Lurch, knocks down mid-range.
And the Bombers need that ancillary scoring from Holm, from Lurch, to take the pressure off Laura Smith.
Parker, front iron. Again, another offensive rebound. It's Robinson. Here's Davis, dangerous to shoot from anywhere. She's missed her last three and maybe wants to dial it in a bit. Now Richland can go back to their slow pace. Kylie Fox filling in for Jada Clark, who's usually their do-everything ball handler. Low block home to Smith, 13 so far. Steps through traffic and finishes at the cup.
Such a quick first step. Defender doesn't really have a chance.
Fulton. They're really letting it fly from deep right now. Another offensive rebound. Moran tries for three. No. Offensive foul. Fulton grabbed on the rebound, and it's Richland's basketball with 3:23 left in the first half. Bombers up a pair on the road.
Fouls. 8 fouls for the Falcons here in the first half versus 1 for the Bombers. And that's just a testament to how physical and their presence down below. The Falcons have had to resort to fouls to get at the basketball.
Well, now comes the issue of free throws. Great to have them, but you need to make them. And so far, they've missed all 5. Make it 6. By the numbers, the best free throw shooting team in the conference has not hit one tonight. Ileana Moran misses from long range. Her quiet night shooting the basketball continues, just 3 out of 9.
I think the Falcons are getting a little bit impatient, unnecessarily so, chucking up some long-range shots prematurely in possession, and that's another example of that there with Moran. I'm sure Coach Woodward would have liked them to exercise a little more patience on that possession.
Remember, Hanford's a team that doesn't start a whole lot of seniors. Fox through the traffic, and she'll have to earn them at the line, which is a scary proposition for the Bombers based on how this first half's gone.
There might be a little plane of glass over that basket there.
I don't know if Richland's missed 7 straight free throws at any point this season.
If you're Coach Middleton, you're probably thinking to yourself, how much longer can this possibly go on?
And finally, the 75% shooter ends their drought. Kylie Fox hits 1 out of 2. So it's a 3-point Richland lead, but they've left quite a bit to be desired, missing 7 free throws in the first half. Moran trying to break down Fox. Under Holm, couldn't finish. There's Smith for the board. I'll tell you what, Moran can create anything she wants. It's about making the basket go through the hoop.
Yeah, just a little bit softer touch there, but boy, what a great job to get around a much taller Holm and get that shot off on the left side. It's a beautiful move again.
Smith pops out, lost the basketball. Here's Abby Robinson, and Hanford will slow down the tempo just momentarily. Moran, blocked by Holm.
That was terrific help defense.
Robinson gets fouled. Free throws for Hanford. They get Jillian Burke for her third foul.
Get the feeling the gloves are coming off a little bit here in the second quarter. It's getting fun. Both teams getting real aggressive.
Robinson just 3 out of 16 on the season at the free throw line after that miss.
Moran taking a seat here. Seeing her first rest.
Robinson left it short, got it herself, and missed the second time.
Missing a lot of bunnies here in the first half for the Falcons.
Both teams leaving a lot of opportunity on the table. Fox steps her way through traffic and finishes.
Beautiful drop step move there to the left side of the basket.
Richland up 5, their biggest lead of the night. It's a 9-0 run for the Richland Bombers. Corner triple. Holm down low and off the glass, soft touch. 8 in the first half for Megan Holm.
Well, threes have been a big difference maker for the Falcons here in the first half.
Davis, most dangerous Falcon on the floor, gives off. Robinson double. Davis steps into a triple. No. Lurch, another rebound, her third. Well, Davis, after her 3-for-3 start, has missed 4 in a row.
She's always, you can just tell, she's got an itchy trigger finger. Every time she catches it, she's like, is there enough space to get this thing off? I want to shoot it. It's fun.
61 seconds left until halftime. Davis will sit down as Moran checks back in.
That was a brief respite for her.
It has been a quiet first half for the sophomore star. 3 for 12 shooting. Laura Smith has not been quiet. 6 rebounds to go along with her 13 points.
Just 2 here in the second quarter, though. And other players like Holm stepping up.
That and Richland controlling the tempo. Working things, 35 seconds left. Baseline, good. Robinson down low.
Boy, they just need to start converting on those. I love what Moran did there. She used her speed to get penetration and then looked to dish with her inability to convert herself, and they just still could get the conversion.
Richland was holding for the last shot. They're going to hit Holm for a moving screen. Second against Megan Holm. And Hanford gets the ball back with 8 seconds left. And based on how they've been shooting early in the shot clock, that's an eternity.
Oh, yeah.
So they'll bring Olivia Davis in to get some more shooting on the floor.
A lot of players on the court here who can create their own shot.
None better than number 1, Ileana Moran, who handles. Calls Dave Robinson out for a screen. 2, 1. It's off late, and it does not count. So the first half ends in the Richland Bombers, home of the Falcons.
A couple of silver foxes in charge here at Hanford. They've done a tremendous job.
Richland starts the second half of possession up by 6. Kylie Fox working through traffic. Moran the rebound, and instantly pushing things back into the tempo. Leaves it off for Robinson, but fouled before the pass. So it's a baseline inbound. Brian, even though she didn't shoot well in the first half, Moran is as impressive as ever.
Yeah, I like if she's not making her shot to look for teammates in close. They'll be open because she certainly attracts attention.
She's wide open here. Not her night shooting the basketball, just 3 out of 14.
And that also allows the Bombers to slow the tempo down. The tempo got nice and quick here to start things out initially. The Falcons kind of played right back into the Bombers' strategy.
Laura Smith for 3, left it short. And the long rebound for Alexis Fulton. Here comes Hanford.
Uncharacteristically flat shot from Smith, who's been so smooth.
Davis got in a little bit too deep, was blocked by Holm, and it stays on this end.
Her second block, she's been a big factor on defense.
Davis, after her hot start, has missed 5 in a row. Pops out. Parker. Fox, hand in the passing lane, gets it ahead to Smith, running the 1-on-2 and pulls it out. That's been Richland's MO tonight. Use the shot clock. Smith in with a charge. Fulton takes the punishment and the foul.
She was well defended there. She tried to take it herself against the double team. Fulton had the help on the back end there. Great position. And drew the charge. Great defense there by the Falcons.
That's the second on Laura Smith. She's filled a huge role tonight for Richland with both Clark sisters out. Hanford needs to find some offense. Moran gets fouled by Smith, and that's a big foul. 3 now against the junior. With 6.5 left in the third.
Yeah, that's 2 quick fouls here in the last 10 seconds. Completely changes the dynamic of this early second half.
Davis continues to be off the mark. Sarah Utley made it a 1-shot trip. Moran takes it away, steps through traffic for the finish.
That was gorgeous. Defensively and offensively.
Hanford trying to turn up the pressure.
I like this move by Woodward here to go with the pressure.
So it stays with Richland. Here comes Peyton Kaiser back in for Hanford as Davis gets a chance to sit down.
Surprised Hanford hasn't tried to press a little bit, especially with the fact that the Bombers are without 2 of their primary ball handlers tonight.
That, and Richland's been so content to use the shot clock and maintain possession. And they almost miss a clear over and back. Laura Smith was a good 2 feet beyond the half-court line when she caught the pass from Megan Holm.
In fairness to the officials, it's a yellow half-court line, and it kind of blends in with the yellow wood. And so I can see how you could miss it initially.
Evan Woodward was not about to let them miss that one, though. It was right in front of him, and he was on top of the officials instantly. You don't stick around for 19 years by not being observant.
Yeah, I like how they're being more active defensively as well here.
Kaiser threw it away. Now Richland can maintain their tempo a little bit more. Kylie Fox working on Moran, leaves off for Utley. They want to get the ball into Holm. 10 on the shot clock. Holm, sweet bounce pass in low. Fox couldn't get it to go. It stays on this end, and it's a fresh shot clock.
That was almost an airtight possession by the Bombers, eating up about 30 seconds of clock to get in the bucket.
Smith corrals it, and she's going. Gets fouled in the drive. It's against Abby Robinson, her second. Fox defended by Moran, has a nice height advantage. Almost 3 minutes gone in the third. Richland hanging on to a 4-point lead. Fox wildly flying into the lane. Barker baseline kicks. Kaiser off target. Good play by Holm to let it bounce out of bounds. It's Richland basketball.
Would have liked to have seen a little more patience there from Hanford. Yes, you have the open look for three, but you didn't catch it in flow and rhythm. Just reset, you had plenty of time on the shot clock.
Well, ever since they took a 21-17 lead early in the second quarter, Hanford's been outscored 17-5. And it really has been tough sledding for the Falcons offensively. Look no further than Ileana Moran as your example. Just 4 out of 15 shooting tonight. It has been an uphill battle making shots go down.
Yeah, and they've had open looks. So I think you just have to stay the course and just understand they're going to start to fall and be a little bit more in control as you come in close to the basket if you're Moran. But a very smart game plan here by Coach Middleton. And they've done a nice job of executing at Bombers.
Third foul against Jillian Burt. Smith in the front court, working hard. Deep in, finishes at the cup. Laura Smith, the game high, 15. Robinson turns to face Holm. Around the outside, Moran has not been her night. They get the trap, and Paige Morrow ends up in a jump ball. It's Falcon basketball.
I think if you're Ileana Moran, instead of taking those threes, don't be afraid to take it to the basket, see if you can't draw a foul, and try and earn some points that way.
Moran off the jab step. Got free, eats the deck hard, but draws the foul and some free throws. When we come back, she'll be at the line. We come back, Ileana Moran to the free throw line, shooting a couple for Hanford as the Falcons trail by 6 on their home court. That's one area where if she can convert free throws, maybe the shots will start to fall. Just 4 out of 16 tonight for the all-everything sophomore, but a perfect trip to the line. Hanford keeping with the pressure. They flashed to start the second half.
Yeah, I like this chest move by Woodward. I think it's smart.
Fox leaves it off. And Richland, with 15 seconds in the shot clock, settles into their offense. Morrow into trouble, gets her pocket picked. Here comes Moran leading the break. That's where she's at her best.
Even though they didn't get the turnover on the press, completely screwed up the half-court offense for the Bombers because they had 10 seconds to run their offense.
Moran takes it away again. And she gets fouled by Smith, her 4th. That is huge. Delora Smith, who's led all scorers with 15 points on a near-perfect night shooting, takes her 4th foul and has to sit down for Richland.
Yeah, and she got 2 quick ones to start the third quarter, and then with that pressure, and things get a little sloppy, picked up a 3rd quick one here in the third. 3 fouls in the third quarter.
So now Richland is down Jada Clark and Jordan Clark due to injury, and Laura Smith due to foul trouble. A wild shot from Moran and an empty trip for Hanford.
Would have liked to have seen a kick there, a kick out.
Fox.
It's 1-on-4.
And Richland will slow things down once again. Tight cut, Morrow had it stripped. Davis comes up with it. Hanford can tie or take the lead, which they haven't had since 21-19. That was early in the second. Woodward off target. Utley gets tied up with Moran. It's a jump ball, and it points Richland's way.
Also with this depleted Richland roster, fresher legs here for Hanford with the press.
It's already a Richland team that only runs about 8 deep. And then you lose lose 2 of those 8. Have to start incorporating new members like number 12, Paige Morrow, up from the junior varsity team. Fox, not their primary ball handler usually, forced into action tonight with Clark on the bench. Baseline look from Morrow off target. Empty trip. Morant outlet to Davis in transition. Ends a streak of 6 consecutive misses for Davis in the third quarter. Well, now as we talk about Richland being depleted by bodies and having Hanford left some points in the board. How big are those missed free throws by Richland? It started 0 for 7 at the line and could use 5 of those 7 right now. Low entry to Utley into a double team, and she gets whacked.
Wasn't sure if they were in a man-to-man press coming out of the timeout, and then it seemed like a matchup type of zone there.
So that's 4 fouls against Jillian Burke. And that's 5 against Burt. So her night comes to an end after 2 quick fouls, and Hanford will have to run with Alexis Fulton down low. Given this in Burt, who had not scored but was in to defend, makes a big difference.
It does, but if there's anybody you want getting fouls, it's Burt. And so the issue is here they switch to a man, so they're more susceptible to fouls, with Bombers being a much bigger team.
Parker trying to inbound from the baseline. And it's an offensive foul.
It's been the defensive intensity of the Falcons here that's been the biggest storyline, I think, of this third quarter, and why they're back in this basketball game.
Moran off a pick, deep under the cup. Holm cleans up the boards. Moran just 5 for 18 after the miss. Tied at 32, a minute 18 left in the third, and another foul. So that's the first against Paige Woodward, or Kelly Woodward, I should say. Lindsay Marski replaces her, but 6 fouls against each team. We'll get into the bonus pretty quick here. Fox leaves it off. Entry. Holm through traffic. A perfect 5 for 5 for Holm and 10 points. A takeaway. Davis. Moran settles down, working on the sophomore, just up from JV Paige Morrow. Davis, corner 3. Another rebound, Holm. And Hanford's going to stay with this full court press, making things tough.
Couple of good looks for the Falcons in that possession. Could not get either of them to go down.
30 seconds left. About 18 separate the game in shot clock. 8 seconds in the shot clock. Fox from 3. Big shot from Fox, and Richland trying to close out a little run, but Ileana Moran with 2 on the other end. 5 seconds. Fox to Holm, bodies up, and the third is over. But Richland closes the player that's been at her best tonight, despite all that they've lost with the Clark sisters to injury, and still be up 3 going into the fourth. Haley Middleton has to be happy.
She'll take that every day of the week and twice on Sunday, I think.
Well, fouls are going to start being a pretty prominent player here. Richland into the bonus with 7:52 left to play. Kylie Fox knows it, works her way to the baseline, and has to turn around in trouble. Fox gets it back in the wing. Working on Olivia Davis, the junior, into Parker. Big height advantage on Moran, but it rattles out. And they get Parker for a foul after the rebound, which means we're into the bonus on both sides. So 1-1 coming for Olivia Davis. As good as she is, Ashley Parker.
Well, Parker's had a pretty tough assignment there, down low, having to contend with both Holm and Lurch there, excuse me.
It's a perfect trip, and Parker stays perfect in the season. 8 for 8 shooting free throws. Hanford back within a pair. They trap. Fox gets it out up to Morrow. Sophomore pushing the tempo. Almost gave it away. It was tipped. Lurch, 8 on the shot clock. To Utley. Gets bodied up and fouled. Goes against Marilee Downard, and a 1-1 for Sarah Utley. And Richland continues to struggle at the free throw line. I can't believe that this is how they could potentially lose a game. The best free throw shooting team in the area has missed 8 of their 9 attempts at the line tonight.
They've had their opportunities. Both teams have had opportunities in different arenas.
Richland has been over 70% at the line this season, and tonight is shooting 11%. Ileana Moran.
She's starting to find it. She is starting to find it.
8 of her 16 here in the second half. And Hanford back in front. But not for long, because Ashley Parker takes it right back. Rather, Danica Lurch, excuse me. Davis. Off target. Morrow pushes the pace. They have a 3-on-2. Morrow. Hit front iron. It's a jump ball. It stays with Richland. 6:16 to play. Don't forget, coming up next, the boys game. Hanford and Richland, as the Bombers try to keep their dominance running over Hanford. It sits and it goes. Lurch back-to-back buckets for Richland, and they're back up by 3. Moran plucks her way through. Davis.
But she has gone ice cold since that hot streak in the first quarter. She might need to bring it in a little bit.
She's missed 8 out of her last 9 shots after starting 3 for 3. Lurch, personal 4-0 run, gives off to Albrecht. We'll see her brother later in the game. And the boys play a little later tonight on SWX.
That was a jump ball there, and Moran able to corral it and give Hanford possession.
Parker and Fulton sit down for Hanford. Kelly Woodward and Lindsay Marski come in for the Falcons. Laura Smith checks back in for Richland, so she'll play with 4 fouls here for 5-10. Moran a pull-up triple. Fox a long rebound. Hanford turning up the pressure. Holm, teardrop goes.
So yeah, the Falcons falling back into what kind of dug them a hole, which is chucking up early shots from long range.
They stick with it. Parker's off target, and Fox with yet another rebound.
Meanwhile, the Bombers have been going down low to Holm and Lurch and had a lot of success sending their lead back out.
The Girls are trying to do right now. They haven't beaten Richland in 9 tries. Last time they won was 2015. A 3-point win on the road at the Bomber Bowl, but tonight they're going to need to come back from down 5 with about 4.5 left. Fox gets her pocket picked. Moran ahead of the pack. in the second half for Eliana Moran. Now here's Smith playing with 4 fouls. Straight to the basket. Now it's Moran the other way. Woodward directing traffic, telling her to slow it down. Calling for a screen. Dribbles her way through traffic, steps up, steps under. Couldn't get it to go. There's Smith for her 7th rebound. And Richland content to slow things down with 3:52 to go, up by 3. They played at this tempo all night with the Clark sisters unable to go. But a rare mistake by Kylie Fox is a giveaway. And with 3:45, Richland hanging on to a 3-point lead here at Hanford. More to come on SWX.
With getting those key buckets inside where they absolutely need them.
Sophomore brings the ball up. Working against Lurch, runs into trouble and travel. Well, Hanford going to the 5 of Moran, Woodward, Kaiser, Parker, and Robinson. Foul goes against Robinson and free throws into the bonus for Laura Smith.
Let's see if this curse at the charity stripe continues.
Richland has gone 1 for 9 at the line tonight, which is an aberration to say the least. They came into the night shooting 70% as a team. That's best in the MCC. And Laura Smith, 61% of the season, hits the front end to earn a second. Team high 16 for Smith, and they've needed every bit of her scoring. Back to a 5-point Richland lead. 3:30 left. Davis has been cold since a hot start back in the first quarter. Robinson looking for help. Steps into trouble. Woodward around the outside. To Parker. Robinson hoping for it. Davis with 7 on the shot clock. Skips around and out, and Morrow the rebound and a jump ball. It's Richland basketball. Smith handling for Richland, and the official calls timeout himself. Brian, one thing we should keep our eyes on: experience in close games. You know, Richland's a little bit older of a team than Hanford, a little bit more experience. And this year, they've been in 5 games decided by 10 points or less. They have only gone 3-2, but they've been there. They know what it takes to win these games. They know what it takes to lose these games. Hanford on the other side hasn't been in a whole lot of games because, frankly, they haven't been close that often.
Yeah, this is a good test for them, especially with the young team. I think they have to be a little bit patient, though, Cooper, even with under 3 to play, down 5.
Smith leaves it off for Holm and left it short. Missed the second chance. And a huge defensive stop for Hanford.
This is a big possession right here. How do they attack?
Moran knows it, pulls things out, and gets set how they want to. Takes the 3 from the wing and hits it. Moran with 21, and Hanford's back within a pair.
That was a big shot. Eventually, they've got to start going down for her.
Holm down low, gets doubled by Moran, and they call Moran for the foul. So 2 free throws coming from Megan Holm, now into the double bonus.
It was a clean strip. She just accidentally got her with the body.
And Eliana Moran, all 5'3" of her, has to be saying, "Oh, come on." Holm, only a 54% free throw shooter on the season, but hits the front end.
Now they've made 3 in a row, so.
Starting to average out after they missed their first 7 to open the game. Couple of big free throws for Megan Holm. Back to a 4-point Richland lead. Moran kicks Parker to Fulton, steps inside the line, hits from beyond the free throw mark. And snap a 9-game losing streak to their crosstown rivals. There's not a player on the court for the Hanford Falcons that's won an atomic showdown. Smith takes the inbound pass, cracks the press, and Richland can take some time if they want to. Smith charging in, and that's a dangerous move with 4 fouls. And then at the end of the play, they get Parker traveling. So it stays with Richland and a sequence that Haley Middleton has to be white-knuckling right now.
Kind of unfortunate break there for Fulton, who fell down. Ball would probably gone out of bounds.
Holm over the defense. Back to a 4-point game. 90 seconds left. Moran, 3 again. Not this time. Smith's in trouble. She gets the timeout. The timeout.
Heck of a coaching job with the injuries she's had coming into this game.
Both of the Clark sisters, Jada and Jordan, 2 of their 3 best players, not available tonight due to serious leg injuries. Moran intentionally fouls, and with Richland in the double bonus, a couple of free throws coming for Danica Lurch. Rather, it'll be Kylie Fox taking the free throws. 75.5% at the line this season.
And that's Moran's 3rd foul. Something to file away.
The freshman missed the front end.
And I think they saw something there with the opportunity to pressure her and to get the foul, to foul her in particular.
Fox, the only freshman playing any significant role for Richland, salvages the back end. And it's a 5-point game. 76 seconds on the clock. Moran will pick it up at the 3-point line. Goes right into it, penetrates and scores.
Beautiful. She is so good at finding her shot. This could be a situation where the door's wide open for Falcons to take control. And Holmes stepped in there and steadied the ship.
Lurch gets it into Smith. 1:09 to go. Smith working against Robinson. Leaves it off. Morrow. Moran with the rebound. Here comes Hanford. Pushing. Moran pulls it out with 53 to left. Back to Moran. Baseline. Just keeps plucking. Davis from deep hits it. It's a 2 for Davis in a 1-point game.
That's a big bucket for Davis. Finding the stroke at a crucial time.
30 seconds. 8 seconds separate the game and shot clock. Holm. Smith. And it's a travel. Hanford gets the ball back.
That was beautiful defense by the Falcons. They got Holm right where they wanted her, way out from the basket. She was in trouble. You can see it.
If you're Richland, do you foul? It's the single bonus. Woodward takes a timeout.
I think it's going to be in close. Ideally, that's what you want.
18 seconds left. Davis to inbound, gets it into Parker. Moran will handle with 15, and Hanford can hold on for the final shot. She's going to go right to it. Runs into traffic, and it's a blocking foul, the 5th on Smith.
Yeah, you know, I think boy, Smith is lucky there.
62% at the line this season to shoot 1 and 1. I think we're looking at a lane violation, partner.
That's the only thing it could be is a lane violation. That is a huge break for Hanford.
So Moran gets a mulligan. Since it was a 1-and-1, that counts as the front end, and she'll shoot a second to take the lead. Ten seconds left. They get it to Fox. It's stripped and staying here with 5 seconds.
What a play by Moran there to strip it at the last second.